Hello, everyone. I thought I'd give you a brief update on the COVID-19 Economic Response Plan. As I'm sure you're aware, on March 18th, a couple of days ago, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced a new set of economic measures aimed at stabilizing our economy during this pandemic. The measures provide up to $27 billion in direct support for Canadian workers and businesses and $55 billion in estimated tax deferrals. So I'll go through a brief summary of what some of these changes mean. So in terms of support for individuals, in terms of employment insurance for Canadians without paid sick leave or similar workplace accommodations, people who are ill, quarantined, or forced to stay home to care for children, the government is waiving the 1 week waiting period for individuals in imposed quarantine who claim employment insurance sickness benefits. This temporary measure is in effect as of March 15th, 2020. Waiving the requirement to provide a medical certificate to access EI benefits is also being implemented. In terms of emergency care benefit, a new emergency care benefit will provide up to $900 biweekly for up to 15 weeks. This flat payment benefit would be administered through the Canada Revenue Agency and provide income support to workers, including self-employed who are quarantined or sick with COVID-19 but do not qualify for EI sickness benefits. Workers, including self-employed who are taking care of a family member who is sick with COVID-19, such as an elderly parent, but do not qualify for EI benefits. And parents with children who require care or supervision due to school closures and are able to earn employment income, irrespective of whether or not they qualify for EI. Application for the new benefit will be available April 2020 and require Canadians to attest that they meet eligibility requirements. Canadians will need to reattest every 2 weeks to reconfirm their eligibility. The emergency support benefit. So for Canadians who lose their jobs or face reduced hours due to the pandemic, the government is introducing an emergency support benefit delivered through the CRA to provide up to $5 billion in support to workers who are not eligible for EI and face unemployment. This measure is also proposed to take effect as of April. Goods and services tax credit for lower modest income families. The government is proposing to provide a one-time special payment by early May through the Goods and Services Tax Credit, GSTC. The measure will double maximum annual GSTC payment amounts for the 2019 and 2020 benefit year. The average increase to income for those benefiting from this measure will be close to $400 for single individuals and close to $600 for couples. The Canada Child Benefit for over 3.5 million families with children who may also require additional support. The government is proposing to increase maximum annual Canada Child Benefit amounts only for the 2019 and 2020 benefit year by about $300 per child, effective for the May payment. Together, the proposed enhancements of GSTC and CCB will give a single parent with 2 children and low to modest income nearly $1,500 in additional short-term support. The income tax filing deadlines have been adjusted. So your return due date for 2019 will be deferred until June 1st, 2020. However, the CRA is encouraging individuals who expect to receive benefits under the GSTC or CCB programs not to delay filing their returns to ensure appropriate entitlements for the 2020 and 2021 benefit year. For trusts having a taxation year ending on December 31st, 2019, the return filing date will be deferred until May 1st, 2020. If I could put in a personal take on this, I would suggest if you have everything organized and ready to go, just do it. Get it done, and this way you don't have to go through with it in June and and it's all done and taken care of. Income tax payment deadlines. The CRA will now is allowing taxpayers to defer until August 31st, 2020, the payment of any income tax amounts that become owing on or after March 18th, 2020 and before September 2020. The relief applies to tax balances due as well as installments. No interest or penalty will accumulate on these amounts during this period. Okay, going on to mortgage default management tools. So the Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation, CMHC, and other mortgage insurers offer tools to lenders that can assist homeowners on a case-by-case basis who may be experiencing financial difficulty. These include payment deferral, loan reamortization, capitalization of outstanding interest in areas, and other eligible expenses, and special payment arrangements. The government, through CMHC, is providing increased flexibility for homeowners facing financial difficulties. CMHC will permit lenders to allow payment deferral beginning immediately on CMHC-insured mortgage loans. There are quite a few other benefits, but a couple more that I'll highlight. In addition to what I've just went through, the government is placing a 6-month interest-free moratorium on the repayment of Canada student loans for individuals currently in the process of repaying these loans. Important for retirees with RRIF accounts. The government is reducing the required withdrawals from your RRIF by 25% for 2020. And now this is in recognition to volatile market conditions and the impact on retirement savings. Similar rules would apply to individuals receiving variable benefit payments under a defined contribution registered pension plan. Very important, they're also supporting women and children fleeing violence by providing up to $50 million to women's shelters and sexual assault centers. So the government has also made some recommendations in terms of support for business or for small businesses. So there is a temporary wage subsidy, which is to support businesses and help prevent layoffs. The government is proposing to provide eligible small employers a temporary wage subsidy for a period of 3 months. The subsidy will equal to 10% of remuneration paid during that period, up to a maximum of $13.75 per employee and $25,000 per employer. Businesses will be able to benefit immediately from this support by reducing their remittances of income tax withheld on their employees' remuneration. Employers benefiting from this measure will include corporations eligible for the small business deduction, as well as non-profit organizations and charities. Income tax benefit deadlines, again, referring to business, you have until August 31st, 2020. The payment of any income tax amounts that become owing on or before March 18th, 2020 and before September 2020. This relief would apply to tax balances as well as installments. No interest or penalties will accumulate on these amounts during the period. GST, HST, and income tax audits. The CRA will not contact any small or medium businesses to initiate any post-assessment GST and HST or income tax audits for the next 4 weeks. And for the mass majority of businesses, the CRA will temporarily suspend audit interaction with taxpayers and representatives. Ensuring businesses have access to credit. The Business Credit Availability Program will allow the Business Development Bank of Canada, the BDC, and Export Development Canada, EDC, to provide more than $10 billion of additional support, largely targeted to small and medium-sized businesses. BDC and EDC are cooperating with private sector lenders to coordinate on credit solutions for individual businesses. So that is all for now. I'm trying to keep you as up to date as possible. Again, I'm here if you need me, and if you would like to discuss any of these items that I mentioned, please send me an email or give me a call. I hope that you're keeping healthy. Hopefully you're getting some chores done that were outstanding, or maybe you found a series on Netflix that you're streaming and enjoying. But with that being said, we're here to support you. So please don't hesitate giving us a call if needed. Thank you.